Good morning, everyone. This is Ronald Becker, and I'm back with another book review. This is American Ulysses by Ronald C White. Now, the reason that I read this book is because Ulysses S. Grant is an American hero and president. The second reason I read this book is because I enjoy biographies. And the third reason is I really didn't know much about President Grant. I wasn't sure exactly where he came either after President Lincoln. One of the cool things I learned is I didn't realize that he was kind of a young man still when he was the general of the U.S. armies, or whatever, the Union forces. So a couple things I took from this book: leadership principles. Take responsibility for your actions and decisions. Grant, through all of his military career, his presidency, he took responsibility for the things that he did, and even his offices. He took responsibility for debt that he got into later on after his presidency. And a really cool thing that he and his wife did after he left the office of president is they did a 2-year world tour, thanks to one of his sons who had done some investing for him and provided him with the income to travel. Really cool. All right, second leadership principle: stand up for what's right, even if you are seen in a bad light. And Grant really owned the failures of his administration, the failures that he had in war, and he just took responsibility. But he stood up for the things that he believed were right, and sometimes that caused him to have enemies within the army. Sometimes that caused him to have more political enemies. And then the third thing is leaders take responsibility when others won't. And really, in a lot of ways, especially during his military career, Grant did that exact thing. He took responsibility for things. He led when other people wouldn't lead, and he acted when other people wouldn't act. I did not know that President Grant was only 5'7". So, yeah, that was a surprise. I for some reason felt that he was a little more average height, 5'9", 5'10"-ish, for the American male. He was also an avid horseman. So there were some really cool things that I got to learn about President Grant. He did a good job. The biographer did a good job in conveying his military career and kind of some of the things that happened as the general. First starting out as a general in the West. And it was really interesting, too, because in American history growing up, I really only learned about the battles on the East. Didn't really talk about what happened in Tennessee, Missouri. I gotta tell you, really didn't expect that, because I didn't know that there was battles actually that were out kind of on the western part of the United States at that time, near the Mississippi. So this is a great book. Grant faced and overcame some adversity. He met with some challenges that he had to deal with. He had commanders as the general I don't remember the name of it, but the first who was general out west, and he had some other commanders that weren't doing the work, and he had to compensate for them sometimes, and sometimes he had to relieve them from duty. The one thing that I really love the most about President Grant is that he got behind Lincoln's policies for emancipation, and he, as a president, worked to move things forward so that the country could put behind them the Civil War. Unfortunately, I think it was Hayes. I think Hayes won the election after him, after Grant's 8 years, and he worked to reverse some of the things that were done to provide greater freedom to all Americans. And I didn't realize that it happened so quickly. From Booker T. Washington's autobiography, it really made it sound like that time frame, there was still more freedom. And maybe because of what Booker T. Washington did, he had a little more freedom because he was a prominent citizen. So my friends, it's a great read. I did it on audio. Thoroughly enjoyed it. The reader did a wonderful job. And Grant's life was pretty interesting. So what I recommend is, if not this book, pick up a book. That's one of the reasons why I do these videos, is to hopefully inspire you to pick up a book. Maybe you're going to pick up a novel. There's leadership lessons in there. Maybe you're going to pick up a book by John C. Maxwell and learn about leadership. You know, what I hope is that when you pick up to read, you will do it so that you will do it with the intent that you will grow, that you will develop, that you will learn something from these other people, whoever wrote the book or whoever is in the book. Because if it's a novel, they have characters, they have character growth usually. Because really, reading changes our brain. I saw a quote one time that's how humans install new software, is we read a book. We learn from other people's experiences. You know, I got to listen to Grant's biography, and I got to condense his 60 years of life experience down into a couple hours. And really, that's one of the great blessings about reading, is we get to take somebody else's experiences, condense them down, and hopefully learn those lessons quickly. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you know someone, or if you are looking to develop your leadership and people skills, that's what I help people do. It's one of the things I love doing, is helping to see people grow. You can go to turningleafs.com. That's turning Lima Echo Alpha Foxtrot Sierra.com. That's a Calendly link at the bottom of the page. There'll be a Calendly link at the bottom of this video, and you can go on there and book a free consultation. 30 minutes, get to know each other, and I believe we can come out of that, and I can show you how I can help you and what I can do to help you make a difference in your life. So my friends, I hope you guys go out and make it a great day. Go out and make it a great week. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.